You know, and Jersey City was no different than any other Greek community in America. But the St. Demetrius community that was on Montgomery Street that later was moved to Journal Square was the predominant Pontian community. And I say that because it was a very large community. My grandfather, in his youth, in order to evade the Turkish tyranny, worked on the Orient Express as a porter, starting out as a young man or a young boy, selling nuts and cigarettes and whatnot from car to car. And he would travel from wherever the train started to the Orient and back. My grandmother was from Constantinople. She was a Bolitisa, and got out, and no different than anyone else in history. Ultimately was able to come to America. Again, they all borrowed money from friends that had money, and obviously paid that money back as quickly as they could, but that's the way they got out. My grandfather, on my father's side, came to this country and began working in the silver mines in Nevada, or wherever the immigrants went, and quickly learned that that was not something that he wanted to do. Ultimately moved to Jersey City, New Jersey, worked for a time digging the tunnels that became the Jersey Tubes, with the subway running from New Jersey to New York. Again, a mining position. He ultimately left that job and worked in a delicatessen, vegetable type store. Ultimately ended up buying the store. The store was in our family for 52 years. The irony of the store was it happened to be on a very highly trafficked bus route that ran from New York City to Bayonne, New Jersey. It was a bus route that Greek merchant sailors used to travel or used to commute from the Bayonne Navy Yard or the Bayonne Shipping Yard to Manhattan, especially during the Vietnam War. And the store had a sign, Poulos Delicatessen. So when a merchant marine person of Greek descent got lost and said to the bus driver, we don't know where we're going and how we're going, and the bus driver would ask him what nationality you are. The 99 bus driver would say, don't worry about it, you're Greek. We'll stop at this deli. He takes care of you Greeks. So my father's delicatessen and grandfather's delicatessen became the way station for sailors and Greeks who were working in the shipping industry. My grandfather and my grandmother came in 1920, January, landed at Ellis Island. My grandfather worked for $24 a week washing dishes. My grandmother made $24 a night sewing sequins on dresses. Ultimately, my grandfather bought the restaurant that he washed dishes in and raised his family. He owned 7 restaurants in the New York City metropolitan area, one after the other. Until 1948, he owned a restaurant in Jersey City and bought a summer resort with a partner in the Catskill Mountains, and that became his occupation. My grandmother and he, with their partners, ran the summer resort for 20 years. Were highly respected as part of the Greek community in the New York City metropolitan area.